Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill. And I must say, the skies are blue, which is quite a bit different from my last video. If you saw it, you saw that I wore that umbrella hat. It did keep me dry, but I did have difficulty getting in and out of doors. So it was a win-win, but then, you know, I had to turn a little sideways and realize that I had something on my head other than just a jacket. But this morning, with it being November, that means we got to do something. We got to make a new egg-ployee of the month. The farm has been fed and taken care of, and I'm going to run to town because I've got to pick up the picture that I printed for the new girl for November. And y'all are going to come with me because I'm also going to make a stop somewhere that I haven't ever showed y'all before. All right, y'all, so here I am at my first stop as I go to pick up the egg-ployee of the month picture. I'm at Rustic Relics. And if y'all listen to our live streams, you've heard us talk about this little store before. It is, it says general store, but it's also an antique mall or flea market. People have individual booths in here, and it's just an asset to have in downtown Clanton, Alabama. And we're gonna go in and take a look around and just let me show y'all how fantastic this store is. So you can already tell one reason I like it. They've got some old antique nesting boxes hanging up outside, and that's always caught my eye. But they have these great display windows out front. And then you can see the front entrance here. You walk on by, it goes around the main street here on the city block of 7th, and also known as 31. But you can see it's just a lot of different little booths inside. And let's go in and let's see what she's got to tell us about. All right, so here we are. When we come in the front door, you can see it goes both left and back to the right, and little individual booths all throughout the store. Antiques, some handmades and crafts, just a little bit of everything. Look, you can see in this case there's a lot of jewelry. It's just a little bit of everything, and you never know what you're gonna find. And I just thought, since I was coming downtown, I would stop in and show y'all a little glimpse of what downtown Clanton, Alabama has to offer. Ooh, those are pretty. We always look for, of course, bird art. You never know what you're gonna find. And I look for the china pattern that Jason's grandmother had. He's collecting little pieces. And while I have never found a piece here, that doesn't mean it won't be here. I just have to continue to shop and look for it and find some goodies. This is what we were looking at from the outside, from the front window. You can see this is a nice big booth. And the reason I stopped by today, because I want to inquire about getting a booth for us, for the farm. We think it would be good if we could tell people when they come into Clanton, or if they're passing through, that they could stop at Rustic Relics and see some of our products that they may be interested in, and you won't have to have them shipped. So I'm going to go over and see if she won't tell me. It looks like they're pretty full. I'm going to walk around before I talk to her and see if I see any empty spots. This old cash register always catches my eye. It's right here in the front, along with the antique scale here. Lots of furniture pieces and collectibles. Old signs. Of course, that always catches my eye. Look at that old glider. The old vintage glider. And then, I mean, people even have booths such as clothing and I don't know what else she's got in there, but I see a lot of clothes. That's the thrill of it. You never know what you're going to find, and that's what keeps us coming back. Oh my gracious. Look a here. I have found Jason's grandmother's china that I just told y'all that I have never, ever found a piece of in here. I'm getting this. Great day for a stop, huh? And there's 2 of them. Well, y'all, she didn't want to be on camera, and I always respect anybody that doesn't feel comfortable talking. So I did check out, and I got Jason's great-grandmother's dishes that she was collecting for many years that he did not have the fortune of inheriting. So he's been collecting a few pieces at a time. When I checked those out, I did speak with her about the possibility of having a booth. And as you guys could see, there are no booths available. This store is packed with vendors, and that's a good thing. I didn't go in there with the expectations of her saying that there would be a booth available, but she did come back to me and she said that if we're not looking for a booth, we could do a little display with some Cog Hill products and just offer the community a way to pick up things without having to have things shipped, such as coffee and honey and even kids' books and things. So I appreciate her offering me a small space because I really didn't need a booth. It's not like I want to go out and buy things and resell them. I just want this to be a stopping point for the community and for people that are passing through to be able to pick a few items up. And y'all, I just can't tell you how excited I am that this is going to happen. Now, they are having a Christmas open house next weekend, so we're going to wait until that's over. It's a very busy time for her, and we're going to work together and figure out what works out best for our size and for her store. So stay tuned. All right, check it out. I'll show y'all when I get back to the farm stand who the Egg-ployee of the month is. Be guessing. It may be more than one. All right, y'all, so I have arrived back at the house. Let me get this hair out of my face. And we have George, Mr. George, over here working on Termite, the Volkswagen, and Farmer Jason here. I've brought these 2 guys some lunch because they are actively working, trying to get the bus running, and it's going to happen. But it's absolutely going to happen. Jason, I have a surprise for you because I told you I was going to Rustic Relics,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
All right, so I had just spoke about this, saying that I have been in that store. I can't tell you how many times that I've never found that pattern.
I can't believe it.
So I found 2 plates. I couldn't remember if you were missing any or not.
I am missing. I only have 3 plates.
Don't break it.
This gives me 5.
Okay, so you got 5 plates. They're the same.
Yes.
Are all the plates the same?
They have the same design on them, yeah.
Okay, so all the plates have the same design.
This is from that little shard that you found in the ground that started you off.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Isn't that amazing?
So George was just reminding us that Mr. Greg had brought us a load of dirt, and in that dirt was a piece of that china. And that's what started this whole saga.
It is.
As Jason remembering, it was his great-grandmother's china. So I did not tell you. You know, I went and talked to Missy about a booth.
Yes.
Well, lo and behold, the whole place is full.
Oh, man.
There's not a booth available.
Okay.
Which I was kind of hesitant before I went, thinking that that was going to be the case.
They were full.
Yeah.
Okay.
But guess what?
What?
When I was checking out, she said, "Hey, I just thought of something. Do you really need a whole booth?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, not really, but I didn't, think that there was any other option." She said, "How about this? You're trying to help the local community, and we want to help you. So how about we just build a little area in the front
Oh, my gosh.
to house y'all's products?"
Oh, my gosh.
And so I said, "Missy, that is incredible." So her husband, Rodney, and her are having an open house next weekend, and she said they're going to be really busy.
Yeah.
But after that, they're going to get up with us, and we're going to have a place to put products in Clanton, Alabama.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so win-win.
Believe that.
Well, I wasn't ever going to, ask her about
right,
that because I know that they offer booths, but we really don't need a whole booth.
No, we didn't need a whole bunch.
And I didn't bring that to her attention. She brought it to my attention, so it's going to work out.
That's going to be perfect.
All right. Well, you and George enjoy your lunch, and I'll check in with you guys later. And maybe, just maybe, we can store hay in here for the winter. What do you think?
We're going to store hay in here.
You think?
Yeah.
What you think, George?
I think, well, in any case, we can get that engine in here put together as far as we can get her today.
Uh-huh.
And we could hook it up to a tractor and put it in this shabarn.
That's right.
And that would open this up because
Yeah.
we don't. The thing I needed power for was cutting the hole and making a plug.
I gotcha.
It's done. So.
And the shop, it's going to have power soon anyway. The shabarn.
How come it came yesterday?
Oh yeah, for your truck. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So that's good. So we're on the road to where we need to be.
We'll make space for your hay.
That's right.
We should be able to have this over there today.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and I'll let y'all get back to work.
Thank you
And
for my plates.
you're welcome. Well, I have Jason and George fixed up, and I'm just giddy because George assured me that we're going to have a place to store hay. I'm going to drive over there now and show you guys my collection that I've built up of hay. Of course, it's not where it needs to be because, well, I don't want to take a chance on it raining on the horse hay that I have stored. And, yeah, let's go look. You got to scoot over unless you're driving. I don't think you've learned that trick yet. All right, girl. You ready? Oh my goodness, Dee Dee. You are quite the character. Hey, we're about to drive. When you get finished, Dee Dee, your bandana's all upside down. That's better than the last video. You had cobwebs all over you. You're looking mighty clean compared to the last one. Well, Dee Dee decided to hop out before I even got over here, but I wanted to show y'all my storage. So this is cow hay that I had accumulated from the gentleman in Chilton County. And then some of this is horse hay and some of it's cow hay. I just put what I could under the shelter until the barn gets cleared out. But it is, I don't know if y'all can see how much is under there. But I've got as much as will fit out here, and I plan on starting again this week, getting 4 rolls at a time. I am picking this up from the farm center, which is about 25 minutes from here, and all I can carry is 4 rolls at a time. So in the future, we would love to have a gooseneck trailer to be able to haul our hay here. A lot of you still are questioning why we don't cut our own hay here on the farm. We don't have anybody in this area that would be willing to cut this small of an area. It may look like a lot of acreage, but it's not, because there's pasture land everywhere. And they're already tied up with those fields to get a lot more acreage cut than what we have to offer here. There's no Amish community here that would come in and cut the hay. And then if they did, they would do it on halves, which would help us out, but still it wouldn't yield as much as you think. And us buying hay equipment, once again, that's out of the question. If you have ever looked at the price of hay rakes and hay balers and hay cutters, then you understand why we don't want to make that kind of investment here. So while we go through this every year for hay, it's just better that we wait on the barn to get cleaned out, meaning termite moved, it's about to happen, and store hay in there. And that's what we're going to do. And this should solve things for years to come. I'll be able to tell how many bales I can get stored in there, and I'll know how many bales Willie and Ruska will need each month. I hate to tell you, but you're not the Egg-ployee of the month. You're not the Egg-ployee of the month, but you do have to ride with me up to the farm stand. Hey, 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 come back. Oh, goodness. You do have to ride with me up to the farm stand to give the nomination to somebody else. Where are you going? Yeah, that a girl. So we're about to head up to the farm stand where the official Egg-ployee will get her nomination. And Dee Dee, who do you think it's going to be? Like I said, it's not you. I know you like to eat eggs, but you don't go in that chicken coop. And therefore, there's not any for you to find. It feels like it's been a long time since October the 1st. I don't know if y'all feel the same way I do, but October Egg-ployee of the month was Miss Opal, and she was a beautiful mosaic hen. So let's get Opal taken down, but not forgotten, and replace her with a new gal. So here we are with our new reveal for the Egg-ployee of the month. No other than a Rhode Island Red hen. Now this particular girl, she doesn't have a name, and there's a reason for that, because we have more than one of these. The reason we have more than one of these, it's probably a hen that you remember your grandmother having. Rhode Island Reds are prolific layers. They lay between 250 and 300 eggs a year, and that could be even more or less. They tolerate hot and cold very well, and I can say that they're just a hardy chicken. Now first, when we started with our new chicken flock here at the new farm, Jason thought we should get all Rhode Island Reds. And so we started off with 10 or 15 Rhode Island Reds. But as time is going on, I've realized that I don't like I just feel that's boring. So while all of our Rhode Island Reds, they don't have names, they're very much appreciated. And we have a lot of other breeds mixed in with those now. So Egg-ployees, we need to put an S on the end of that. I did put an S there. Of the month is none other than our Rhode Island Red flock. So I must share a little something with y'all because I feel guilty if I don't. And I really just need to know that other of you that are in the same situation as me with the autoimmune disease go through this same thing. Not asking for sympathy, not asking for pity, none of that. But I didn't feed the farm this morning, and I normally get up and I take care of everybody. I have I don't ask for help. I just do what needs to be done because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy taking care of all these animals, chickens. I'm out here with them included. And goodness, cheese startled everybody. But Mary Carl had a little, I would say it was a bad cold a couple of weeks ago. And while she's still coughing a little bit, Jason got the cold. And Jason's still a little congested, but it's nothing that needs medical attention. It's nothing more than a cold. I didn't ever get the cold symptoms. But what happened to me was I felt like my autoimmune disease was back. And I've been in, I don't know if you call it remission. It's been under control by my medication for a very long time now. And my way, I feel like my body showed symptoms to that cold that they had was to hurt all over and to feel like my autoimmune disease is back full force. Now, I hope that's not the case, but I just wanted y'all to know that I didn't feed the farm this morning. And that's why I didn't show any animals in this video. Jason suggested that I take a trip over to Rustic Relics when I go to town, because that's something that we had been wanting to talk to Missy about, and made things easy for me by taking care of feeding. So it's midday. I haven't seen my chickens as of yet, and I asked Jason to not give them much scratch this morning because I wanted to come pay them a visit. So here I am out here with my wonderful flock. All right, girls. Y'all come on. Look at all these red hens. Oh, there's more. They're in the shade under the trailer. Come on, girls and boys. There's one over here that's dug a hole. All you can see is the tip top of her head. Where's Ryan? Oh, there he is. So as Jason and George have finished their lunch and they're headed back to the barn to do the work on termite, I want to ask y'all, is it normal that the sickness showed up in me that way versus not having the cough that Jason and Mary Carl had, not having that congestion and that runny nose that Mary Carl and Jason had? All I did was feel like my autoimmune disease was back to square one. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm thankful to have a husband that's willing to help and go the extra mile to tell me to take it easy, because that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm going to listen to my body for once. And I think I'm going to lay down and take me a rest and maybe watch some YouTube, who knows. But I don't know if I'm an oddball. I don't want to reach out to my rheumatologist yet and let him know what's going on, because I do have an appointment this month. They asked me when I refill my medication, have I had any flare-ups? So I guess what I'm having is a flare-up. But my question is, how long is it going to last? And is this my new norm? I apologize to y'all for not having gone around and shown more of the farm, but I'm simply not up to it. And just appreciate anybody who could give me any advice on what I can do to get out of this. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be back soon. Take care of yourself. Y'all be good.